Meta AI is the personal AI to help you with whatever you need. Plus, it meets you where you are. Not only is Meta AI now an app, but it's also on the apps you already know and love: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. Plus the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. It's easy to access wherever you are. So whether you're talking or texting, Meta AI is convenient to use throughout your day. Experience our newest AI that's tailored to you by downloading the Meta AI app. Try the Meta AI app today on the Apple App Store and Google Play.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's going to be okay, bud. I am Ben Kissel at Ben Kissel1, joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerii, that's Jerii, and Kyle Ploof.
Hey.
At Kyle Ploof. Listen and watch us live on Patreon, patreon.com/DieBud. DieBud Studios is dang near done.
Woo.
For those that saw on my Instagram, I got us a mini fridge and the entire thing fucking exploded when I opened it the first time.
It did?
It really did. Do you not watch the clip?
I did.
I
Or the Instagram video?
I sent you a clip.
It was a text to us.
It was.
Then it became an Instagram video because it was so organically humorous.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it on Instagram. You know, I'm not on Instagram as much as you guys are. And I really appreciate that you guys are much better at keeping up with it.
Yeah, but you get more messages than us.
Yeah, she does.
I definitely do not.
Yeah.
But thank you for everyone that messages me on the side. I am notoriously not great with my Instagram, but I do get back to messages when I can.
I love it. Also, okbudpod@gmail.com. Shoot us an email. Let us know your thoughts. Send us pictures of your dogs, your cats, your turtles, whatever the hell you want to. And just communicate with the program. And, of course, we will read some of those emails right here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a couple of updates. First update, Eric Menendez. We've been following the Menendez brothers quite a bit. He has just received a top academic excellence award.
Wow.
He's officially a college graduate.
Very nice.
Wait, well...
Yeah. He's a college graduate.
Why did it sound like he just got a certificate of acknowledgement that he studied a few courses?
Well, they say it's a top. He's achieving top academic excellence.
Exactly. So, he is.
He's achieving it.
That's what he's doing.
Yes.
By getting a bachelor's degree.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
Exactly. So obviously, we're still awaiting if they will be paroled or not. But he is officially a graduate of UC Irvine.
Oh, that's good, because I didn't know if his credits would transfer from prison.
They might.
Oh.
They might. Who knows? 'Cause this is...
He might.
It's bona fide.
He could take online classes.
Absolutely. This is a real degree. This is according to his stepdaughter.
Lord knows he has nothing but time to study.
Nothing but time. Nothing but time.
For now, hopefully he gets out.
I wonder if they do prison-related things it's like Barry had 2 bars of soap. He dropped one in the shower. How many bars of soap does Barry have now? And they're like, he has none because he's dead.
Right.
Because he was, God knows what, in the shower to death.
If Phil has 1 bar of soap and Tony has not showered in a week, how many years of therapy does that equate to Phil having after they run into each other in the shower?
Question, teacher. How many soups does Phil have? How many soups?
I'm glad you asked.
So, according to his stepdaughter, she says, my dad graduated from UC Irvine, UCI, with his bachelor's degree, summa cum laude.
Okay.
Wow. He has a stepdaughter that recognizes him as dad.
Yeah, he's better than all of us.
She's never seen him outside of prison.
No one calls me dad.
Exactly. No one calls Jerii dad. No one calls me dad. Somebody tries to call you dad, but then you reject.
He hasn't figured that out either.
He looks at me and says, Mama.
No, it's almost tearing the relationship apart. So Eric Menendez stood shoulder to shoulder with his other graduating classmates. So congratulations for not letting the time do you, but you, of course, doing the time.
Oh, yeah. I love that. He's a higher educational degree than I do.
Absolutely. And I'm all for reform and make them have skills, make prisoners have skills for when they get out.
What's the degree in? Do we know?
Summa cum laude.
No, what's the degree in?
Ballistics.
I know he's
Just straight up beheading your parents.
Yeah, we already know he's a marksman, so now he's a college graduate. This is nice.
Well, let's see.
In what? What does he want to go into?
Okay. Well, they say he has goals. Okay. They say this isn't just a diploma; it's proof that you're never too late to chase your dreams.
Love that.
Congratulations.
He has been achieving his goals for a while now. We all know that.
Squad goals.
Total of 15 inmates were able to achieve the bachelor's degree. I'm not seeing exactly. Oh, you know what? I got it. All 15 graduates, they majored in my minor, which is sociology.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Studying of populations.
Yes.
Which they've been doing unknowingly this whole time.
My degree, of course, political science with a minor in sociology. 11 of them also minored in English.
Oh, wow.
So look at that.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. I love that.
Fantastic. So there's a little update on the Menendez brothers. If they do get out, you got yourself a sociology professor right there. And how fucking crazy would that be if you start acting bad in that class, brings out a knife.
No, it would be a shotgun.
Oh, a shotgun.
No.
I don't know if you can bring those into the school grounds, but
Oh, yeah, that's right.
either way, his students, they'll be behaved.
Yes.
They'll be behaved. Also, in the Koberger trial, apparently there's going to be 2 more witnesses. They don't know if these witnesses are going to be, obviously, Brian Koberger from Idaho. They don't know if these witnesses are going to be for the prosecution or the defense, but they will be his prison corrections officers.
Oh.
One correction officer he only was with for 6 days, and then another one, I guess he was with perhaps a little bit longer. So I have no idea if they're going to be like, he was really great, or if he was in there being like, I did it. Who knows?
Right. I mean, anytime you have someone in jail, there's so many times where you just leave them in there long enough, they end up just like blabbing on themselves.
I'll do it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
What did I do? Sure.
Yes.
Give
I
me
did
the
that.
fuck out of here.
I did that. But the next thing you know, your freaking cellmate is getting reduced time on his shit because he's like, yeah, I happen to have heard, he told me, and we got chummy after a couple of weeks. And he definitely did it.
Yep.
And then he'll testify. So he could have said something where the security guards were like, yeah, he pretty much has been confessing nonstop in his cell.
And I could see Koberger being a little bit weak when the rubber hits the road and he sees the brick walls and he's like, no, I didn't know it was going to be all like this serious.
Yeah.
I was just doing this for my thesis. Okay, so I don't usually, I read Instagram comments and I read some comments from people who comment on Spotify on the show and occasionally on iTunes, but everyone seems to listen on Spotify.
I love the Spotifys.
But Kyle did bring attention. He brought attention to to a comment, okay,
Yes.
from one of our listeners.
Oh?
And the comment said, I don't want to hear any more about Sydney Sweeney's bathwater. Okay, because apparently I've been a little bit obsessed with Sydney Sweeney's bathwater.
Why ever would you be intrigued about this, Ben? That's so unlike you.
Coochie 2.0. Coochie
Oh
2.0.
my God. Jesus
H2O.
Christ. I asked for that. I asked for that. Sorry about that, guys.
Water with a hint of bud. So, they said, and this is where I'm going to do some fucking fan service, okay? They said they want to hear about Travis Decker. No, it's not what you do at a sorority party. You don't do the upper decker in the toilet there where you take a dump in the main contraption, not the toilet itself.
The tank.
The tank. Thank you, Kyle.
You're welcome.
So Travis Decker, he has not been caught. Who is this guy? Most likely, he killed his 3 daughters, Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia, 9, 8, and 5 years old.
What?
He shared them with his ex-wife, Whitney. I didn't bring this story up yet because Travis Decker is still on the run.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
They haven't found him. It's now been weeks. It's really incredibly sad.
Yeah.
So I was going to wait until they got him, and then we can be like, he's got. But we will discuss it, I suppose.
How could he do that? 3 kids.
Yeah, he was having custody problems with his girl and was all pissed off. And then she gave him to him for the weekend. And then he killed all 3 of them and ran away. And he's a former military guy. So he's either dead or he's hiding very well.
Oh my God. Well, how did he do it?
I am not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that either. It couldn't have been good.
No.
So apparently now the family's longtime next door neighbor, her name is Ben, they recall talking with Travis, taking the girls on a camping trip in the Cascade Mountains near their home in Winnetachee, Washington. And that's when the Deckers, they were married. According to the neighbor, they say they loved him a lot and he loved them too. Now, Travis, of course, he is accused of killing all three of them.
Oh my God, they're so cute.
They are so unbelievably beautiful. It's incredibly sad. Again, all under the age of 10. That's why I didn't really want to talk about the story. But
Yeah.
the faneth asketh, and I
Fucked up,
deliver
man.
it.
That is so fucked up.
He suffocated them and left them in his truck.
Oh,
That's how they were found.
Oh
God.
man, fucking asshole.
horrible ad for Ford, too. The way that they did that.
Yeah.
Built
yeah.
Ford tough. Want to kill your family? Pop them in the trunk. Oh.
No.
I'm trying to bring some levity to this horrible situation.
I know.
This is why I didn't want to talk about
It's
it.
brutal.
So, he's a former, they say, clean-cut U.S. Army veteran. But you don't have to thank him for his service because he killed his 3 daughters. So that's now gone.
Oh my God.
The girls arrived for a pickup on Friday, May 30th. The neighbor was watering his lawn at the time, and he was struck by how different his neighbor looked. They say that Travis was skinny, had long hair, and a beard. And then the neighbor was like, "Is that you, Travis?" As the two men chatted for about 10 minutes, Travis, well polite, seemed very distracted and absent-minded. So this was not like him. The neighbor says it was kind of weird. He had a sad face. You know, like when you send a sad face to your friend because they can't come to your birthday party and you're like, sad face.
Yeah. Like
Or
that.
it's like you have a sad face because you're like, maybe you killed your 3 daughters, or maybe you're thinking about killing your daughters and you're like, sad face.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly the same thing.
So from there, he had a 3-hour visitation with his daughters. It began at 5 p.m., and he was scheduled to drop them off at 8 p.m. However, obviously, that never happened, and his ex-wife, was concerned. The police were called. He is on the lam. The children were found, and he is nowhere to be seen. That's the story. So
Yeah.
It's awful, and they gotta find this guy at some point. They can find everybody. Can't they get, just redirect ICE for a day?
Right.
Just to be like, go find this guy.
That would be fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, where's the guy from? Is he
Washington.
even supposed to be here?
Yeah, well, he's not supposed to be living, I'll tell you that, because
Yeah.
what he did is straight from hell.
Yeah, and there's actually the interesting part is that he has been seen in the multiple weeks after. He hasn't been seen for the last 2 weeks, but he was caught on a bunch of surveillance cameras going to different stores and stuff like that. He always had a different facial hair or
wow.
haircut.
Wow.
So he's trying to
He's
blend
definitely
in.
dodging.
Yeah,
This is your chance. If you're out there, be a hero.
turn yourself in.
Tackle this guy.
Don't be a fucking pussy. Just you already are though.
Yeah,
There
already-
you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
Travis Decker already is. I think this would be a great opportunity for a young sleuth. Maybe you love Batman. I'm watching the Penguin series a year late, but it's very, very good.
It's so good.
I love it, and
That
I
doesn't
think
really hold my attention.
the Penguin is strangely attractive.
Oh God, you would say that. I think the Penguin is, and this is again a testament to the acting skills because I fully don't see Colin Farrell in that. I'm just extremely grossed out by what I'm seeing. I'm like, I can't watch this guy for a fucking hour.
Ben feels differently.
I do feel
Yeah,
different.
Ben wants to.
He wants to be his little gobble pot.
I don't want to be his gobble pot, okay? I would be his chief of staff if he ran for mayor again of
Chief of
Gotham.
Stiff.
Oh wow, yeah, chief of his staff.
When people are so mean to the Penguin, I say, "Oh, you better not be that mean to the Penguin."
They are very mean.
Do
to him.
you think that you look like that? You don't look like that.
I don't look like the Penguin. No, I don't have a club foot. No, I am going to be handsome one day.
You already are.
Thank you, Jerii. But no, this man is worse than the Penguin because the Penguin would never do something like this.
No, he wouldn't.
And
Well,
Or
oh my God, don't fucking spoil it. Don't spoil it, okay, Kyle? I'm invested.
I don't think he'd go all the way. I think he might kidnap some kids for some ransom or to rustle up some feathers, but I don't think he would harm the kids.
Well, Danny DeVito's Penguin did do that.
penguins are birds that don't have
Killed
feathers.
kids?
No, I don't know if he killed the kids, but he wrangled them all up. He did sort of the biblical
Yeah.
firstborn thing.
Yeah.
Nonetheless, back to Travis Decker, this absolute piece of shit. The girls, as Kyle said, they were found with plastic bags over their heads.
Oh my
and
God.
even worse,
What a nightmare.
I mean, yeah, this is fans wanted this. So for everyone listening, one of you wanted this. Okay.
Come on, dude. Sydney Sweeney's bathwater, though. Come on.
What if he drowned him in that? I'm trying.
It's a baptism.
Oh my Lord, this is off the rails. I can hear people turning down the radio. Okay.
Wow. Turning down the radio.
Turning down.
No, with that performance, you're doing a great job. Keep going.
Okay, so yes, all of the girls had plastic bags over their heads, and this is disgusting. At least one had zip ties around her wrists as well. So he zip tied them, and again, they're all under 10. They were near Travis's abandoned pickup truck in a remote area of Rock Island Campground. A medical examiner determined that they died from asphyxiation, so he didn't even kill them in a... Not that there's a nice way to kill somebody, but he literally made them suffer and choke to death, which I think is worse than drowning, basically.
So scared.
It was
so young.
It reminds me of that.
Confused. It's your dad. He's supposed to be looking out for you.
Yeah. Oh, God. And apparently, so Travis, the combat veteran, apparently he searched online how to relocate to Canada. Like, we don't have an extradition treaty with Canada. Also, go there, you fucking moron. How do you relocate to Canada?
How do you relocate?
Barely let anyone in through the actual ports of entry when you have a car. And they will find out if you have a DUI, you're not allowed to go in there. If you killed 3 kids, they're going to be like, okay, come with us.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're going back.
They're never
you're
going
to prison now.
Go through.
Well, apparently there was somebody who was trying to come into the States, I think from the Netherlands, and he was rejected because he had a meme of J.D. Vance on his phone with J.D. Vance's big fat head. We're going to talk about it a little bit on Ben Kissel Politics, how dangerous it is right now to leave the country and try to come back.
Holy shit. For real?
We're not leaving this country right now.
Well,
because none of us are allowed back in.
I can't leave. That's for damn sure.
Yes. And even if you got...
too exotic, quote unquote.
And even if you do have 2 big white brutes like Kyle and I next to you being like, no, she's with us. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They don't care anymore. We used to have some clout in this goddamn country.
I know.
So Travis is the subject of a massive manhunt. As Kyle said, he's sporting different facial things, which is basically a mustache and not a mustache. And then he wears a long-haired wig. Sometimes. I don't. Anyway, find this person, please. Out of all the people that you can find on Earth that don't want to be found, and you do find this one.
Yeah.
Good Lord. I don't understand. All the resources should be, just get this guy. But you think he might be dead, Kyle?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's not going to be able to live with himself unless he's that narcissistic.
He doesn't care. He killed his kids.
I know, and that's such a weird mindset to have. People kill their spouses all the time, and at certain points, you're like, okay, I completely get it, because people can just lose their fucking minds in certain situations. Crimes of passion. Mm-hmm. But when you see your kids and do that, it's just beyond disgusting.
It's like a literal psychological. It's a form of psychosis.
Yeah,
it has to be, because it's like it goes against natural parental instincts.
Yeah.
Vanessa brings up a good point in the Patreon chat. She said Chris Watts didn't kill himself. So
that's very true.
He also did the same thing. He got everybody.
That's so true.
What a fucking loser that guy is.
Yeah, he was a fucking cold-blooded ass.
And he's still just being that in prison.
Yep,
thinking that he's the cock of the walk. But anyway,
cock of the walk.
Cock of the walk. Find this guy, please, and then we will cover it in a more joyous manner.
Yeah,
saying that this piece of trash has been caught. Well, speaking of white men, and this is almost historic, because white men were maligned because they're like, oh, you guys look at what's happening in there all over the world and stuff. Okay, sure, sure. When it comes to basketball and when it comes to sports, aren't we special? The white man.
Oh,
it's been 48 years since a white player has been drafted first in the NBA. It's been since 1977.
Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, yeah. Back then, there was a few more white people on the teams, huh?
Yeah. We relied on pure, unadulterated racism.
Yeah.
And we said, no, some doors were closed.
Yeah.
And then black people jumped right over that.
Yep.
And then they said, now we're going to dominate the sport.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they still do.
Yeah.
But we got one.
Yeah.
From a civil rights perspective, This is big news.
What a win for the whites, huh?
We got one. Cooper, his name is Cooper Flag. So it's super white, right? You got flag, American flag. You got
Cooper Flag?
Cooper Flag.
Yeah.
They gave him 2 like retriever names.
Yes. He is the golden retriever of basketball. Well, he was selected. See, that's how strange it is to say selected to the draft. I say elected because again, that's where white people can still do some things occasionally.
Yeah.
So he was selected first overall in the NBA draft. First time in 48 years a white man has been chosen in
First
in the NBA,
First.
which that's a long time.
Yeah, he's the human air bud.
He is the human air bud.
Who has it been? Has it been like a black athlete?
Yes.
This entire time?
Yes.
Asian, maybe?
No.
Latino descendants?
Yao Ming?
No, I don't
Maybe
believe.
some Yao Ming?
Nope. I believe it was all black people, black men.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean, they want to these teams want to win.
Yeah, totally. And it's like a big deal, like where in the draft you're selected.
Yes.
Even though it's technically everyone getting picked for a team, but it's like better if you're the first one or the second one to get picked.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great to be like the 37th person.
It's still good. You're going to make some money, especially in the NBA, but you get a lot more if you're drafted in the first round.
Oh, you get more if
You
you're
get
drafted?
more money.
Oh, yeah.
Your contract is much better and longer. You get
Oh,
more
God.
respect. Your teammates won't razz you, although I don't know if they still do that to rookies anymore, where they would literally go fuck their wives in front of them and be like, "You've been razzed."
Oh, God.
But I think that's kind of been slowly pulled out of the league because everyone's so soft now.
Hopefully.
That's what they're saying.
Well,
So the last white basketball player drafted first, he went on to absolutely astonish the league. His name was Kent Benson.
Yeah. Well, we're
I
going.
have no idea who.
Kent Benson.
They're saying full blood white, but in 2000,
Full blood white.
How does
they're
that
Wait a
mean?
second.
they're saying purebred.
Oh, you mean from the land of the white?
Yes.
The ancient land of Whitelandia? What is that?
Blake Griffin is a black ginger, and he was he first overall in 2009.
So you're giving that to us.
So that's a half win.
All right. Well, we're okay. Anyway, Cooper Flag.
Life is just one giant popularity contest.
It
God
really is.
Yeah.
damn it.
And before that, Yao Ming was first overall in 2002. So outside of those three,
Oh, there you go. Yao Ming.
There we go.
It's all black
that's
people.
That's in the middle.
yeah.
That's right in the middle. So it hasn't been 40 years. It's been 40 years since a white person was picked.
48 years.
Yes.
48
white,
years since a white.
Yeah. What?
They said we couldn't do it, but look at us now. We're back.
Yeah.
All right, relax.
Okay. I know I couldn't get that. Can't milk it for too long.
Yeah.
Can't. It starts to get suspicious.
This just goes into 2025 being off the wall, weird. Nobody can predict what's
Totally
going on.
unpredictable.
Yeah.
That is one way to put this year. Unpredictable.
I can't predict it.
Well, speaking of unpredictability, many people think there's going to be massive food shortages. In some places there already are, even though there isn't, but the way the economics break down and the way the greed is in this world, there is. So some folks say we're going to be eating bugs and fungus in the future.
Girl, I will be in line in the dollar menu at McDonald's every fucking day before I move on to bugs.
I used to know people who were too into the idea of bugs in the future.
Yeah. I think
Like
I
they
just
want it.
saw I just saw there's someone trying to make bread out of fungus and bugs.
Madame, you read my mind.
Boom.
This is potentially the future of breakfast.
Oh,
which-
this is that story.
Yes.
Oh, I was like, where did I see that?
A groundbreaking bread, which is just fucking disgusting. It's made up of grasshoppers, mealworms, and fungus.
It might as well be made out of my ex because it's total trash.
It really is. Mealworms?
Yeah, what the hell is that?
Well, isn't the meal, I mean, they're literally called mealworms because that's the one that's fed to your gecko or your toad. Apparently, if you're a frog, if you're an amphibian, you're like, sweet, mealworms. This is a good fucking day.
If you're an amphibian,
Yes.
I would. Oh my god! Look at me.
I'm
Do
gonna-
I look like an amphibian?
No, you do not.
I will not.
I'm going to
be.
puke.
Yes.
There's rat loaf here. There was a mouse found in someone's packaged bread.
Rat.
Yes,
And it's
because
dissected right there.
It's rat food because it's freaking food.
What's happening to our food?
For animals you're supposed to feed to your snake.
Oh God.
Where is it this bad? Call for help. You shouldn't
Please.
be
And again, we have enough freaking food in this world. We don't need to start eating bugs.
so much food. I will have a quinoa only diet for months before I start years before I start looking at bugs for food.
Absolutely.
What am I, Simba? Is this weird but oddly delicious? No.
Okay.
No. They did look really juicy in that cartoon. It's not
did.
like that in real life.
They really did make bugs look good in that.
They did.
I get it.
Fat, juicy?
They made them look like chocolates, though. They made them all look really good.
Gummy worms.
So they are saying this is a breakthrough. They're calling it, quote, insect flour. And it's a project that's been led by Dr. Celeste. And she is with a team of researchers, and they are really focused on feeding the future. They're called boffins. Boffins. Okay, they have created a revolutionary bread out of fungus and insects.
How dare you?
The grasshopper species they use is only found in Mexico and Guatemala.
Well, so they're endangering a species. Good job.
Exactly. They created the special flour, I guess, because they said everyone is starving and the only thing that they want to eat is bugs like the Oogie Boogie Man from Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
They also used Tenbori molitor, otherwise known as mealworms, to create what is being called an incredible base. Ugh. It's an incredible base for bread.
Incredible base?
Yeah.
The incredible edible bug.
They are really trying to fucking sell this.
Yeah.
At least in Demolition Man, they had like rat sandwiches. I'd rather eat a rat. God.
I would not.
You would rather eat mealworms?
I would rather neither of these options. None of the above.
Miss Aquino, I'm sorry. Those are the only two options. You have rat sandwich or you have mealworm bread.
What regime am I living in this reality? They took every single thing away. All mom and pop shop businesses, imports from every single place, local imports, things that people are growing on their own, veggies, gardening.
You are now
shit food, shit pizza that's always cold.
My name is Walter Flemmer, and I am the president of Flobber, and that's your country that you live in now. And in Flobber, all we do is eat either rat sandwiches or mealworm bread.
Well, I don't have any outfits that go with that, so I would be passing.
I hope Flobber Ice deports me.
Yeah.
I really hope so as well.
Death to Flobber!
They're saying this is state of the art. No. Insect flour.
No.
But weren't we fucking eating bugs for like billions of years before we discovered hot dogs?
Probably.
Okay, so
I'm saying this isn't state of the art.
Yeah, it's going backwards.
No, this is not cool. It's like they have to relearn how bacteria is not good for you.
This is awful.
Yeah.
So apparently they included the edible fungus because it improved the texture and the flavor. This article is disgusting. They call it an extraordinary loaf.
Extraordinary.
Yeah. It also has a bunch of nutritional value. The bread, they say, provides high-quality protein, fatty acids, iron, zinc, dietary fiber, and bioactive compounds. It required less land, water to feed, to make the bread. So they're saying this is going to really be big for everyone who wants bread. But I would say, don't tell me I'm fucking eating it.
Yeah.
Because I ain't. I'd rather starve to death.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I am pretty much. Yep. That's what I'm gonna go with.
They say due to the pressures on the food systems, this is the next valid step.
This is Captain Planet propaganda bullshit. There's no pressure on food systems. We have more than enough food everywhere.
Yeah.
They say they selected the insects that had high nutritional content and low environmental impact. Thank you.
Don't fall for it, guys.
Don't fall for it.
Yeah.
I will say, other than the rat that's in the rat loaf, the bread looks okay.
It looks all right, but...
You know, it looks all right.
Nope.
It's gonna be. It's not gonna be soft though. It doesn't look soft.
Yeah.
I can't stand. I don't understand how people eat bugs and they feel like the crunchiness of like the legs and the wings and. Oh
Don't
my
like
God,
it.
I can't.
I hate it.
I know other cultures do it. I can't do it.
No, I can't do it whatsoever. So they say, quote, this innovation represents a concrete opportunity for people to improve their daily diet in a simple and accessible way.
This would get me to cut carbs real quick.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally. That's the only bread left. Well, guess bread's out.
I guess bread's out.
Going keto.
Going keto.
Yep.
Maybe I've really been enjoying popsicles lately. So maybe more popsicles and
Oh,
sherbet.
that sounds amazing.
Doesn't that sound nice on a hot summer's day? A popsicle with a little bit of sherbet there.
It's pretty hot today.
Yeah. So they say we are working so that with the consumption of this bread, people have a source of high quality protein compared to traditional bread. But the reality is, the people who eat this bread are the same ones probably working in the mines. What do they use for the batteries? What do they use?
Cobalt?
Cobalt.
Yeah.
Is it the cobalt mines? So the people eating this, they're not going to be like, oh, thank you so much for this bread, because they got to be eating something now.
Yeah.
And then they're just going to be switched off for mealworm bread.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It ain't right.
I mean, are they selling these? Are they opening up a cute little storefront? Like
It's going to be in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, anytime now.
Yeah.
And it's going to last 6 months, the same way that one place that opened up alcohol-infused ice cream was open for about 6 months.
Oh, well, wait, what? That should be a total hit. What are you talking about?
No.
There's a couple of smoothies that have alcohol in them, and no, not smoothies, milkshakes.
Okay, but if you have an ice cream joint that only serves alcohol ice cream, first of all, 21 and over, you're really getting rid of the market.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
called
yeah,
children.
that's true.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
what are you going to be like? I got hammered last night. I had 13 cones. Like I fucking had so much vanilla.
That sounds like a hell of a fucking night, let me tell you. Ugh.
If
If you guys know of any ice cream alcohol spots, let us know.
Well, there's slushy alcohol spots everywhere,
Well,
especially in Florida too.
Yeah, I know. Fat Tuesdays is a
Yeah.
thing. I'd rather not. Ice
got all the
cream
washing
with
machines.
alcohol, you know, little rum ice cream.
Yeah, that is good.
That is good.
That is good.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting hammered off a pint of Ben and Jerry's booze,
Yeah,
I don't think that would make your toilet very happy the next day.
not at all.
I watched a little bit of the documentary, speaking of talking toilets, because for some reason I wanted to,
Talking toilets.
on Pee Wee Herman.
Oh yeah, how's that?
It's all right. It's a lot of him talking, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I want to see more clips of the show.
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, you could just watch the show.
No, I know, but I want to see the background be like, and this is when, Lenny, he had to be kicked off the show because he did inappropriate things with Susan. He was
Ugh.
working as a grip.
Yep, yep.
That's the kind of juice I want, but it's really
You said
more.
she was a grip. Yeah.
So they say this is a creative way to approach protein deficits happening around the world.
Oh, and the storefront that they open is going to be called The Fungus Among Us.
Oh.
That sounds like you want to trip balls.
Yeah. They already had one of these companies. It was on Shark Tank, and they invented cricket protein bars.
Oh, I saw that one.
And it was wildly successful for a while. I don't know if people stuck with it or not, but it was huge for a second. So they're just jumping on their back.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those foods where, when you eat stoned, it's different than when you eat drunk.
Yeah.
Because, your brain still kind of, functions and shit a little bit different. And so I feel like if I was eating some of this stuff stoned, I would probably have a moment where I was like, ugh, and then I wouldn't be able to eat it anymore.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'm not going to eat it.
I feel that way occasionally when I eat pork.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I do like pigs. And I kind
That
of
happens to me too, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of going nuts on a little pork, what do they call that, little whatever, ham, and then I was feeling kind of bad.
Yeah.
But then I found out pepperoni is ham, and it's just totally, but it's like an Italian version.
Yeah.
It's like a Italian pig's little mustache.
I'm not a pig. I'm an Italian.
He's an Italian pig.
Prosciutto.
So lastly, they say this represents a bold step towards transforming the perception of edible insects, integrating them into our diet in a familiar and appetizing way.
Nah, it's not appetizing.
Nope.
I love science, and many times scientists are great, but then sometimes there's a Mengele out there.
Yeah.
And I think this is the Mengele of food. It's fucking disgusting.
Certainly of crickets.
Yeah. Also, they carried out research on grasshoppers, magooey worms, Jew-miles.
Oh, that sucks.
Jew miles, why are they going to be Jewish?
Yeah, well, that exactly.
Anti-Semitic?
Anti-Semitic bread.
They're just miles.
What
does-
in the Sweeney fucking Todd is happening in here?
It doesn't rise, Jew-miles bread.
That's racist.
Unleavened bread. Eskimoles. as well, which also sounds like a racial slur. Those are also used.
Wow. Yeah, these are
Mm-hmm.
all just awful.
And I love that they're presenting this to poor people like they should be happy.
Yeah.
Because these scientists aren't eating this.
Definitely not.
They're not like in the
Definitely. This is like a science experiment for them.
Right. They're like
And they're
doing
they're
it.
like technically this is edible in theory.
In theory. Right. Yeah. They're like doing all. They're like, we made this bread, and like, what does everyone want for lunch? And they're like, ooh, let's get Papa John's.
Yeah.
I don't know what scientists eat.
Like poke.
Yeah.
Something clean.
Yeah, because they got their brains that want to keep all sharp and shit.
Yeah.
So they can continue to do this.
They can continue to subject us to bug food.
Yeah. I mean, but again, once you.
No.
Anyway, if you're out there and you've tried it, maybe you're a fan. Maybe you think that this is going to stop. And I don't want hunger in the world. I
Right.
just think there's other ways to do it.
This is going to stop world hunger. Yeah.
Just seems sad. All right. Well, let's move on, shall we?
Yeah, let's. This is gross. It's gross.
It's gross.
It's gross.
We have a mid-show update.
We do?
Mid-show update. Yes. Remember that chick who was married to this other chick who then they got into a fight and then she shoved cheesy nachos in her pants?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, she has struck a plea deal.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a Florida gal, as we talked about. It was 3 a.m., a domestic confrontation. They were arguing that she grabbed the woman's pants and then she shoved a bunch of nachos down there.
Love. Love is a grocery store or something.
Yeah. Her name is Swan. She approached her wife and grabbed a handful of cheesy nachos and shoved them down the back of the victim's legging. She also slammed the victim's head on the floor, which, again, I think is really the problem.
Jesus.
And she shoved her fingers into the other side of her mouth and hooked them like a fish.
I hate that.
Yeah.
That's very invasive.
Yeah.
That's not right. When officers responded to their home, they spotted 2 yellow smears resembling nacho cheese on a wall, which is like the cutest detective work of all time. Like,
That's the one time they could actually like swipe it with their pinky and then like taste it and be like, nacho cheese.
Ass cheese.
this picture is just like a cartoon fucking dog in there, just being like, I'm on this one, guys.
I'm on the trail, guys.
So they found 2 smears of, nacho cheese on the wall.
Ruh-roh.
I found it. Good job, dog. Good job, detective, cute dog, cheese dog. So anyway, she has struck a plea deal, so she's not getting any jail time, and so that's really a big story there.
Yeah, she's not allowed to have handguns or drugs anymore, which is great, but
Good
she
for
should
her.
be banned from getting fucking nacho cheese.
Well,
Are they divorced or are they working it out?
They got divorced the week after.
yeah,
Okay.
but I think they can work it out.
They probably are going to try to work it out.
They should.
Be like, look at my ass.
Yep.
It's scalded shut.
She's like, I'm sorry. Come on. You know, I was on one that day.
She was.
I said, I'm sorry. I'm not going to put nachos in your pants anymore.
Yeah, that's what she said last time. No, that was last time I was lying.
Right.
This time, I'm really not going to shove nachos in your crotch. Also in the back, which I guess is actually nicer than putting it in the. Well, it's a whole Mexican
right.
buffet. You got the taco, and you got the nachos.
I know, right? Technically, last time was saltines and peanut butter. So,
Oh, I do like that.
yeah. Crust is easier.
Tomorrow's episode, we're going to talk about how OpenAI has a 96% chance of blackmailing you.
Wow.
Oh my God! Yeah, I did see that briefly.
Yeah,
It's insane.
We'll talk about that next week because
Blackmail.
or next episode.
Luckily, I couldn't imagine what an AI machine would want from me that it doesn't have on its own. I have nothing to offer a robot.
No.
It would probably just be like, we have footage of you being really, really nice. Do you want us to expose you? For the kind person that you are?
Take all of my chocolate chip cookies. It's all I have.
Sex tape. Oh, who cares?
Fine.
Oh,
yeah,
you win a fist fight.
let's
Oh, who
do,
cares?
Okay.
Oh, you give $10 to a homeless man.
No.
Do you want the world to know that you're a piggy bank?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. Lastly, a former counselor at a Texas Christian camp. I had to go to a Christian camp once. And
Really?
It was, yes.
So the conversion worked
No, it was Camp Lutheran. It was a Lutheran camp.
Luther?
Yes.
with a lisp.
Luther.
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 And if anyone's seen Wet Hot American Summer, I was the boy that
I
didn't.
fucking love that whole series. It's a series after the movie.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
I didn't even see that. I gotta watch
Okay,
that.
so the movie is like all of these actors, and it's like they're their last day of summer camp is where they were at in that movie. And then like 15 years later, the same fucking cast makes a series out of it. And it's the first day of summer camp, which is fucking hilarious because they're all like 20 years older than the last time, but they're technically like a summer younger and they're still like teenagers
That's
in the story.
hilarious.
And it is so funny.
I love that.
It's pretty good.
I love that entire movie. Check out Wet Hot American Summer if you haven't.
Yeah.
I relate to the kid who doesn't shower, who has the DJ station, who's the radio host, who doesn't have any of his equipment plugged in.
That's not cool.
And that literally basically happened because I didn't shower in summer camp, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you're all weird." And then I fell off the top bunk, and then I slept on a suitcase because I didn't wake up, and then I stayed up all night because I was eating sugar. It was awful.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
It's fun.
being a counselor is tough. That's what I've heard, especially.
That's what I've heard.
Yes, Friday the 13th.
Yes.
You know, you're going to get killed one way or another. So, a former counselor at a Texas Christian camp, he's in trouble because he said if the kiddie campers piss him off, he's going to, quote, create the next Columbine shooter.
Oh, that's fun.
Isn't that weird? What a
No,
strange
wait,
threat.
is it create the next Columbine shooter or
Yeah.
create the next Columbine shooting?
I'm sorry. Yes, create the next Columbine shooting.
Okay, because that one sounded a little more groomy. He's like,
Right.
I will make one of you the epic villain in 2 years.
Yeah, that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's like a Batman origin story, but for like really fucking dumpy nerds.
Right.
So the cops arrested Mario Bernal. He's 23 after he allegedly made threats to campers attending the Camp Cho Ye in Livingston. A witness reported the threats to the cops. Bernal, he's from Vernell, Utah. Bernal from Vernell.
Okay.
He allegedly told the witness he would clock himself out if the Christian camp fired him while threatening to carry out an attack inspired by the deadly 1999 Columbine shooting, which left 12 students dead and 1 teacher.
Well, at least he'd clock out. He's not going to do it on company time.
Well, that is very nice.
Yeah.
Yes. And
But he still took all his breaks.
Yeah.
Suck it.
it's not even hard. You get to play with kids all day and do nothing. And like being a camp, isn't that difficult to be a camp counselor?
I mean, I can imagine kids drive you crazy as it does to everyone. I'm sure every parent can relate with being like, oh my God, just go away, be abducted by aliens for like 1 week.
Yeah, I remember when my parents were like, do you want to go for 1 week or 2 weeks? And I was like, just 1 week. And they're like, you're going to go for 2. Oh, yeah. Awful.
I never went to a summer camp before. My mom would never. I wasn't even allowed to sleep over anyone's houses.
Your
let alone
mother-
a whole summer camp.
I love your mother's, and I love you, Miss Aquino. Whatever your mother's trauma was, she made sure that you didn't experience anything.
I totally
Like
get it now as an adult. Like
Yes.
I would tell my kid the same thing, and she's in a bed. She's always kind of grumpy like I am.
Right,
but
right.
she did it out of love.
Yes.
So I'd be like, can I sleep over at my friend's house? Be like, no, you stay your ass here, unmolested and miserable. I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
And that's it. I'd be like, this isn't fair. But now I'm an adult, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I'd probably say the same thing to my kid.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
It kind of does.
Yeah.
Especially what happens at Christian camps or camps in general.
Seriously.
Very.
Mine was a non-Christian camp, and the camp owner brought us all up. He was like, "You guys are my favorite cabin," and brought us up to his thing. And then one kid stayed with him, and we all got snuck back.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Fuck that.
And I told my parents, I told my family that sent me there, and they were like, "Are you serious?" And they asked my cousin the same thing, and he was like, "Yeah, that happened."
Wow.
I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy fuck!"
It's the tent with a spotlight on it.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
You'll get the joke.
I was so sad that I was just like, "Pick me!" Like I want to fucking hang out here.
Kyle, you wanted it too
You
much.
would.
Oh my god, yeah, and he
was-
picked a kid
yeah.
who didn't speak English, and I was like, "This
Oh
kid doesn't
my
even fucking
God.
speak English." And then I was like, "Wait, that was by design."
That is so horrible.
Yeah,
I could have a really riveting conversation.
yeah, yeah.
I can show you how to tie all the Boy Scout knots.
Oh my God, how do you say gargle in Mandarin? Oh God, that is awful.
It's terrible, dude.
Wow.
Okay, so he was like, I'm going to shoot up this school if you all fire me, right? But it seems like they should have fired him. And then he also said, if you come at me legally, I'm not going to go down by myself.
Oh, he has an inside scoop on shit, doesn't he?
Yes.
He knows the guy that ditched Kyle for a little Asian boy.
Oh my God, that is so sad.
He spoke Spanish.
So, oh, I love him. So they say what the camp describes it, again, this is Camp Choye. They say it's a place where both youth and adults have grown in their faith and character while having fun and helping grow deeper in their relationship with Jesus Christ. So it seems like it's a perfect place for a child to perhaps really have some life-altering things happen to them in not a positive way.
Seriously, I'm so glad I never went to summer camp, because best case scenario about summer camp is disgusting bugs biting you left and right and fucking the smelly kid next to you.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's best case scenario.
Best case scenario.
No. Absolutely not.
And there were people, they would have romances during summer camp.
Ugh, sweaty and just rolling around in dirt, and no one showers because they're kids. They don't care.
The cool kid had a big zit on his face.
But
he was still cool, and then I didn't know why he was cool, and then I was all weird.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I waited for a girl to come out of her cabin, and she had been eating Doritos the whole time. We were 13 years old, and then she just planted a big smooch on me after just mowing down Doritos for so long.
That's good, right?
That was awful.
Funny. That's
disgusting.
What kind of Doritos?
The regular cheesy.
Oh, I would have gone nacho.
Cheesy or Cool Ranch.
Cool Ranch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been just pleasant on a nice summer day.
But yeah, nobody's washing and brushing their teeth.
Well, sometimes people swap gum. If you just swapped with a wad of
very true
of Dorito that you roll it.
Yeah. Okay. Have you guys ever done the spit handshake before?
Yeah.
Something I've done quite a few times.
Yeah.
I thought that was nasty.
It is nasty.
It is nasty, but sometimes the call for whatever you're shaking on, sometimes it calls for that depth.
Yeah, the spit was nasty, but me and my stepbrother actually made ourselves bleed, and we became blood brothers, which is how you get
see.
AIDS.
That's fucked up, Kyle. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, one involves blood, one involves spit, but you know what? It also involves his friendship.
That's right.
One is involving a puncture wound.
Well, yeah,
a little slice.
Yeah. I would rather have the viscous nature of blood with the non, like you're gonna get HIV from saline.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a come in one hand and, come in the other. It's a bit of 50-50.
Tomato.
Yeah. So Burnell, he was accused, this is the camp counselor, he was accused of locking children in a hot room to discipline them. And then staffers say he's fired because they observed him just being really cruel to the kids.
Yeah, that would piss me off.
Mm-hmm. So cops nabbed the ex-counselor after they spotted him at the camp. He was at the entrance sitting in his car. So they say, this is according to the Livingston Police Chief Matt Parrish, threats to this community, especially involving our children, will always be taken seriously. I commend the quick and thorough investigation by the sheriff's office, as well as our response. So he is being held on $50,000 bond, and he is being charged with making terroristic threats because he said he's going to go shoot up this fucking camp.
Wow. Yeah, that's not nice.
That makes two people this week.
Yeah.
This Liver King got in trouble for making terroristic threats.
Oh, that was a weird video.
Saying he's going to kill Joe Rogan.
It's still happening.
Did say that. Isn't he
was
detained right now?
First of all, Liver King is a testament to why social media feeds the worst parts of us, because when I first started following this, like 3 days ago, he had 2.5 million. He has 3 million followers now.
Wow.
So I started following him because of it.
Kyle, yep.
Oh my God.
Get right into it.
Kyle's a little following slut, though. I've seen everything I look at on Instagram. Kyle's already following them. I'm like, Kyle, get a life, dude. Stop scrolling.
Yeah, you just look at it and don't follow because you're too cool.
Yeah.
What everyone does.
Yeah.
Yes, the Liver King saga. I think if you haven't, go to his Instagram. I'm going to feed it. Might as well feed the beast. Go to his Instagram. Watch for the past 3 days. Mm-hmm. It's just been him straight to camera. He got arrested. He's in Austin. He wants to kill Joe Rogan because Joe Rogan is like, you're a fraud. And he blames Joe Rogan for his descent into madness.
Yep.
Anyway, it's going to end with him getting shot by police.
Oh,
it really is. It's horrible.
His wife is letting him post because I think she's preparing for the divorce to be very easy, but she already has everything she needs. She needs to get the kids away from him.
Seriously.
Because he might go full Chris Benoit.
Oh my God, yeah. And she is very, she's definitely still trying to have his back, but I feel like she knows it as well that he is slipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, how long is it going to take for him to get released from police? He's like, oh, maybe 24 hours. She's like, that soon? Yeah. So she's like, I think, hoping. Yeah.
Oh, that's soon. Oh, right. I forgot. I have to get gas.
Yeah.
It's this specific gas that's like 3 counties in the opposite direction. I won't be able to get in until Friday. Maybe just keep him in there.
I will say Liver King's going to be a strange ex-husband.
That is
Like, he is-
someone to
Whoa.
top. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dang.
don't tell him where you're moving.
Absolutely not. So
Yeah.
yeah, check out the Liver King's. Whatever the fuck is going on, it's on his Instagram.
His eyes look so crazy.
Do you think he's on drugs, or do you think this is a manic? Like, I can't tell.
I can't tell what's going on with him. But
Yeah.
you're right. His eyes were like different sizes.
Yeah, one of his pupils is fully dilated. The other one's a complete pin.
Yeah.
So
it's insane.
You can get that if you're like having a stroke too, which steroids can't. They do rise the occurrence of strokes and all that stuff.
With the heart, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any comments from the chat?
wow.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people recounting different camps that they heard about.
Oh my lord! I mean, this shit used to just be talked about
my
and almost
God.
joked about before it was taken moderately seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Chris G says, I didn't go, but I have coworkers who went to a camp near Cincinnati who, as a kid, they redid the Underground Railroad from being sold to getting freed and yelled at by counselors and stuff.
What
They
happened?
recreated slavery and escaping.
And apparently the campground is called Camp Joy.
Camp Joy.
No.
Camp Joy and be freed by the camp counselors who are slave owners.
Oh, anytime
Wow.
a name is super, super optimistic, you know, dark
There's
stuff.
dark shit going on there. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have people that were talking about the whole Eric Menendez thing. They were saying that Lori, she got a pup that graduated from an Arkansas prison. Paws in prison.
Oh,
So
You gotta wait.
there are
What?
dogs that are coming out of prison.
You have a dog that has
That did its time.
it did its
It
time.
did its time.
Well, it's a fantastic program. It's for rehabilitation of both dog and man.
Oh, that's nice. I
It
love
is.
that. That's like they should let prisoners have like cats.
They do sometimes if you're a real good prisoner.
Yeah.
You do get a cat, and
That's
then they
so
become super attached.
sweet.
And I think cats in prison actually thrive.
Absolutely.
A lot
yeah.
to play with, a lot to hop around, and also like they can just go. They go door to door,
Yeah.
get their cat shit.
They just hang out.
Yeah, cats are cool.
Yeah. Jeff was saying the hype of the military stuff regarding the Family Annihilator. He said that they hype military training and stuff, but they don't really get any crazy outdoors training and basic training or advanced individual training.
So he's a Dollywood or something.
I guess, yeah. And Chris said, but it goes to show it's true. No matter what you do in life, you'll always be tagged as Army, Navy, Marine, Air Force, whatever crime you did. They'll always make sure to bring it up.
Well, it's kind of
That's
like being a professional athlete.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Aaron Hernandez is like, yeah, he killed maybe 4 people, won a Super Bowl.
Right.
You know, it's immediately following that.
Right.
Well, thank you for your service. Please don't kill your children. And I can't, hopefully, by the next time we speak about that asshole, hopefully he's caught or found. 'Cause,
Dead.
yeah, he might be dead. But again, I think the ego of someone who would do something like that is like he thinks he's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. All right, everyone. We will be back tomorrow. Go rate and review on Spotify. We're going to keep the show growing. I got a fantastic little... I got a lead on some cool merch. A merch person who works with a
Got a
really hip...
lead.
Who works with a really cool band.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
Yeah, the Suicide Boys.
Uh-oh.
So we're going to...
Yeah, I tried to look them up, but then the internet just told me to
Yeah, I
get
saw
help, and they sent me a lot of help hotlines.
Yeah, how many people have tried to do that?
So I can't. It's Suicide Boys, but every S in there, it's a dollar sign.
Yes.
Yes.
That's how they get around it. So I was like, that makes sense.
All right, everyone. Hail yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.